everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Collection Comic of the Week. This week I have chosen Captain America number 266, and I remember picking this book up at a flea market. There's always a big flea market would come to town twice a year. There'd be one in the summer and then one in the fall, and the one in the summertime would be the one where they had a lot more stuff I was interested in, you know, comic books, figures, trading cards, a lot of things of that nature. And then there's also I'd go with my grandpa because he'd always be looking for parts for mowers and trucks and everything of that sort. So while he's being what people in this area would call a real man, I'm buying comic books and toys and all that fun stuff. So, but I do remember getting this at, I want to say 2001, maybe it was 2000. No, it was 2001. I can't remember. I'll have to jog my memory, but I know that's where I got it from because I remember thumbing through the boxes and constantly, because, you know, one, it's a flea market and you're getting old comics that are from all over the place, you know, and two, this was before, again, like, I had access to the internet this time, but I also didn't have my own money to just, like, buy stuff off the internet at a whim like I do now. So if this didn't have a conclusion, I couldn't just get on Midtown Comics or Mile High Comics or My Comic Shop or drive to my local comic shop and go, hey, do you have the second part to this somewhere? I just kind of stuck with it. So first thing, like with the books I bought at Walmart and Kroger and the drugstore, just thumb through and then go, yes, conclusion. But, you know, I'm glad this one did have a conclusion because it had two characters that I was really, really liked. Guest starring, and then it introduced me to some new characters. It was just, it's a, you know, a fun book, and I enjoyed reading it again for this episode, and, well, let's take a look at it together. Taking a quick look at the cover here. Do you want to win a Columbia 10-speed Formula 10 racer? Well, me too, but seeing as how this comic came out before I was even born, and you know, now I'm in my 30s. Well, I don't think we're going to win that bike. But I wonder who did. If you won this bike through this contest and you happen to stumble upon this video, well, let me know in the comment section down below well, how cool this bike was. But, yeah. Anyway, just kind of coming on back down, taking a look at the cover. I like Captain America. I'd had a few Captain America books when I picked this up. But one of them was the infamous Rob Liefeld book that I covered earlier in Collection Comic of the Week. So I did want to read more Captain America. He did seem cool, but you know, he wasn't quite as mainstream when I picked this up. So or at least as mainstream as he would go on to become with the MCU. So definitely I was a bigger Spidey fan. And while I can't remember which flea market. I want to say this was even before Spider-Man the movie came out. Like right before, like maybe 9 months before Spider-Man the movie came out. 9 months, maybe a year. But Spider-Man, you know, had the Fox Kids show. Spidey's always been kind of mainstream. Even like with, you know, after the Fox Kids show, there was that, you know, really, really awesome game on the PS1 that came out. So like Spidey maintained relevancy even when comics and superheroes really weren't very relevant at all. So take a look, open it up. Cracker Jack ad there. And the downside to buying at flea markets right there, bad tear, and I bought the book holding on by thread. I know had to be really delicate with this, and I read it so much at that period of time, so I don't know how it's still together, but miracles happen, I guess. And right there, I don't know how they got to the point to where Cap and Spidey are falling out of essentially a I don't know if that you call that a mountain rocket. I don't know, but anyway, whoop, you gotta be really careful now. Really, really careful. Really, this is going to get difficult. Really great art. Mike Zeck is a very underrated artist, and I mean, he did all the Secret Wars, which is kind of what he's best known for. And when you meet him at conventions, you know, like quite a bit of the stuff that he has for sale are like art prints of Secret Wars, but still just great art there. It's like I really like how he has like it's almost like the Spidey's coming at you. It's just I don't know. It's really really cool. I like the style of art. And, you know, this is if you were reading this like in '82, this is probably really cool. Yeah, got some ads there. You know, got your Golden State Comics and old Marvel and DC and all that good stuff in there. And whoever had this book that was sold at the flea market did the maze in the Bubble Yum sweepstakes. So too late on that. But yeah, look, another great shot of Cap there. Just awesome artwork. Fighting the various minions. God, that looks great. This was a really, like, again, you know, it's not a very deep story, but it was a fun story going back and rereading this before I started recording. Nick Fury appearance, and this is actually like kind of when I started to really familiarize myself with Colonel Fury. You know, he made a couple appearances in like I said, the Fox Kids Spider-Man. So, and we got some more. There's the bike. There's the bike drawing. Take a kung fu class and get an Atlas body in 7 days and buy more comic books. I mean, what more do you want? And everyone should finish high school. That's another excellent point right there. A Dungeons and Dragons advertisement. I know a few of my my viewers are gonna get really excited about that. But yeah, cool. Let's zoom in on the D&D advertisement because I know they'll appreciate this. We'll read this part verbatim. Explore exciting worlds of fun, fantasy, and adventure with Dungeons and Dragons and advanced Dungeons and Dragons adventure games. Send in your coupon today for your free catalog of games and accessories. Send to something. Okay. Maybe that's still good. To all my D&D players that check this out, tell me what all that means, and we'll be A-okay. But no, it really was a fun story. But like, I didn't really know who Colonel Fury was. He made one appearance on the Fox Kids. Another great panel right there. Show, you know, especially there towards the end. But like, I really didn't know really at the time what S.H.I.E.L.D. was and who Colonel Fury was. So, you know, this is what, at this time, I had the luxury of the internet. And I could go, what is S.H.I.E.L.D.? And before Wikipedia, but, you know, the Marvel database on Marvel.com and just all the different fan pages was able to at least kind of give me an idea of what all this was. Cool shot of Spider-Sense there and Cap, and another great panel there. That's more big trucks, big rigs. Cool shot there. More just the artwork still stands to this day. I don't care what anyone says. I think this is just Mike Zeck is underrated as hell, and this book proves it. Last final fight scene. Kawoom! Good little help from Spy there. Kabam! There's Nick Fury, and there's the ending. Let's all go home. And this is another reason why I picked it up, is because, well, this had a conclusion. And, you know, I was still in that mindset of I had to get a conclusion. Bullpen bulletins. Way to end all the old Marvel books. And then one of my favorite things right here is the old Hostess pie or the Hostess cake ads that would always have, like, be done in comic panel form. Marvel, DC, everyone did this. So we'll, the Daredevil fighting someone in a gym and distracting them with Hostess pies, and then apparently it's all good after that. And I mean, hell, to this day, if you give me a Hostess pie, I will probably like you more than I did before you gave me the Hostess pie. So, yep. Oh. Edders to the Living Legend. And pretty much it. And it ends up with a Erector set. Or Lego, excuse me, Lego set. Early Lego. So yeah, that is Captain America number 266. You know, going back and rereading this, you know, again, kind of the thing I like to go to a lot with these old books is, you know, maybe the story's not super duper deep. Maybe it is just, you know, this is still when comic books were more for anything else, stuff for kids. But it's still the art is just amazing. Like, going back and reading this, I was just shocked at just how good it was again. Like, maybe shock's not the right word, but I was just really, I guess, enlightened or reminded of the fact of just how great of an artist Mike Zeck was when he was doing comic books. Just this is art that would still hold up today, that would still look good in a book if it came out next week for Marvel. So good time rereading it. Good time being able to look again through the ads with everybody. And again, to all you D&D fans out there, let me know what you think of the classic Dungeons and Dragons ad if you stumble across this video. And yeah, just fun going back and rereading. And now time to be very careful because it's holding on by one staple. But do you also own that comic book? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of comic books, but from the world of pro wrestling, gaming, anime, and all things geek culture. Follow me on my social media pages, facebook.com/athleticgeek89, Twitter @athletic_geek89, Instagram @athleticgeek89, and if you would like to help improve this channel financially, hit me up on Patreon. That's patreon.com/athleticgeek89. But on that, I'm out. Y'all be cool. Later.